Will lead the way, been led astray, but now we have answered the calling, and Babylon is falling. Proud to be inside the flow that no man is stopping. I must stand tall. Kahu is watching, so is my family, and so is my tribe. Mustn't seek vanity, must seek to be wise, must seek to be wise, yeah. But I heard it all before, yes, what the man said. Never held it in my heart, but I held it in my head. It isn't just suggestion, it's spiritual law. To love all, serve all, and remember Jah. So we love all, serve all, and remember Jah. Love all, serve all, and remember Jah. So we love all, serve all, and remember Jah. Love all, serve all, and remember Jah. Shouting off demands, but throwing my hands. At the time I couldn't even stand, but now I can. Why? And I do it with pride. Arms stretched out and I smile wide, hoping to receive what I am supposed to. Messages and lessons and transmissions as they come through. Dreaming on the daily of what will become. To the people on the planet, will they just stay numb? Or will they awake? For goodness sake, be careful what you take, cause there's life at stake. Calm and collected as I take my dive. Story planned out when the moment arrives. I said choices to voices, my spirit rejoices. In moments like this, we feel life's kiss, wrapped up tight in her warm embrace. Love overflowing, no more rat race. These are the times we were meant to grow from. You say that it's beautiful, it takes one to know one. Made out of love, that's what you are. Made out of love, and you come from the stars. Made out of love, and you come from the stars. But I heard it all before, yes, what the man said. Never held it in my heart, but I held it in my head, yeah. But then I saw that it isn't just suggestion, it's spiritual law. To love all, serve all, and remember Jah. So we love all, serve all, and remember Jah. Love all, serve all, and remember Jah. So we love all, serve all, and remember Jah. Love all, serve all, and remember Jah.
No more thieves, I believe in the goodness of heart. It's return, let it burn, let them know who we are. An ancient tribe of the sky, the redeemer of men. Sound the song, evil gone, there's no need to defend. Yeah. Way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain. disappear in the clear of the elephant's room. Melodies from the sea, they come forward and bloom. In the end, all my friends, I return them in love, yeah, in love. Me and you cook the food as we ascend above. Way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain, way up on the mountain.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me in meditation today. Lots of things have been happening here and there and everywhere. So I just picked up The Science of Mind, which is the book I love, and it talks about stretching into possibilities. And Eugene Holden is the one that writes the personal affirmations, and it's back to principle. And he says, life is naturally amazing. When left alone to do its thing, life takes care of itself and everything in it. This is the law. It is the principle. There is a principle of love that runs through life. Let's get back to principle and grow from there. Let's get back to love. And the affirmation for that paragraph is, I am the love of God. Love leads the way and law makes it happen. I consciously live my life in principle. I live my life as love. So let's just close our eyes and just take that deep breath. You know that is God circulating in every cell of your body. Love is always there. God is always there. Think on that. Love is always present. Source, God, is always with us, as us. We are love. Keep it simple. As remarkable as we humans are, we can sometimes make things so complicated. To get to choose how hard and simple it is to create our lives. Consider the lilies of the field, how they grow, they toil not. So why not keep it simple? And an affirmation is, I am the expression of God. All that God creates is good, divine, and magnificent. This includes me. The all good of God flows to me, through me, easily and effortlessly. I am grateful. And body, spirit. To live this life of God, we are called to fully stretch into the principles of the divine. Ask yourself what it feels like to embody love, peace, grace, and ease. Now simply be willing to live this remarkable life you feel. Ask yourself what it feels like to embody love, peace, grace, and ease. And the affirmation is, I am willing to live the life of God. I am willing to be the life of God. I surrender to the perfection of my being. I embody spirit and allow spirit to inform all that I do. I am the love of the divine. Once we embrace the feeling, the knowing that love is all there is, that's joy-filled, and that's the peaceful life. When we know God, we know peace, we know love, we know harmony. One life. No matter how we live our lives, it is the one life of the divine expressing in so many beautiful ways. And you are just one of those beautiful ways that Spirit expresses itself. As Dr. Ernest Holmes frequently affirmed, there's only one life. That life is God's perfect life. That life is my life now. I am the embodiment of these words, and so it is. Thank you for joining me in meditation today. Our service will start at 10 o'clock, and it's with Reverend Neil Henner. And the title is Change Your Mind.
this life is one act. Why do we lay all these traps? We put them right in our path when we just wanna be free. I will not waste my days making up all kinds of ways to worry about all the things that will not happen to me. So I just let go of what I know I don't know, and I know I only do this by living in the moment, living my life easy and breezy, with peace in my mind, with peace in my heart, with peace in my soul. Wherever I'm going, I'm already home, living in the moment. I'm letting myself off the hook for things I've done. I let my past go past, and now I'm having more fun. I'm letting go of the thoughts that do not make me strong, and I believe this way can feel the same for everyone. And if I fall asleep, I know you'll be the one who'll always remind me to live in the moment, living my life easy and breezy.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am
Good morning. How are we all today? Repeat after me. I am good. Great. Grand. Glorious. Gorgeous. And good looking. And just so you know, if you weren't paying attention, your soul is welcome here. All right, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont, online and in person. First-time guests, welcome. Please pick up a blue welcome packet in the back. I believe it's over underneath the clock. After service, we have a fellowship and meal in Carter Hall. Please consider staying after service. Amy made some wonderful food. Please take a moment to make sure your cell phone is silent. And if you don't know how to do that, I only charge $60 an hour to teach. Just kidding. Anyway, let's read our vision statement together. A world that works for everyone. And then the next one. Our purpose, awakening humanity to its spiritual magnificence. And the last, transforming lives one thought at a time, which is literally what we do here. Real quick, we're gonna play our actual opening song. The other one was like a pre-opening song just to get us all in the mood. Turn to your neighbors and say, howdy, neighbor. Howdy, neighbor. Play the song.
I spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. That the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds, nothing
It's like
more.
your whole life you've been training for this moment, and when the time comes you just disown it, meaning you just surrender, don't control it, not interested in the clay pots and mold it, or sitting next to the path trying to unfold it, or waiting for the fruits to fall down toward you. Let it go and now you're flowing, feeling quite gorgeous, so you take steps away instead of towards it. What a rush, feeling freedom with nothing to hold. We've been taught that what you touch will always turn to gold, and now we're learning when we let it go it overflows with no credit to take, cause no credit is home. A higher power working deeper where the seeds are sowed, and when the seeds are true, then they're seeds of gold. But the real gold is joy when life starts to flow, and when it does, you just smile cause now you know. I spent a long time running, I never knew then what I know now. Let the fruits, they always come in, but you can't go around just knocking them down. It takes a long time to show in. We plant the seeds then, and we look at them now. But the roots are always growing, no matter if I'm there or never around.
Whatever grows will grow, whatever dies will die, whatever works will work, whatever flies will fly, whatever fails will fail, what's meant to soar will soar. I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will grow.
When it grows, it grows.
Whatever dies will
And when it dies, it dies. Come on.
Works will
If it works, it works.
whatever flies will
Let it fly, let it
whatever
fly.
fails will
When it
fail.
fails, it
What's meant
fails.
to soar will soar.
When it soars, it soars.
I am planting seeds. Whatever grows will
Let it grow, let it
whatever
grow.
dies will
When it dies, it dies.
whatever works will
When it works, it works.
whatever flies
Yeah,
will
let it fly, let it
whatever
fly.
fails will fail.
Fails, it fails.
To soar will soar.
Let it soar.
I am planting seeds
And nothing more.
Whew. I don't know why, but that song gets me all right on the edge of crying. It's just, there's so much positivity and hope and love. And of course, anything that you say that's positive and is part of what we teach here becomes a seed you plant in someone's mind for the future. So, my love to you. All right, it's time for our announcements. Do you want me to press the button? I can press the button. I'm a button pressing fool. Oh, wait, go back. There we go. Wait, hold on. It's you. We have somebody coming up to the front because we have a gratitude giveaway going on because it is November, the month of thankfulness. Can you
Good morning. And my friend always calls you or us godlings. So good morning, godlings. Good day. Okay, I'm Betty Ann James, and I am part of the membership service team. And this is a month, November, of thanks and being thankful. It was interesting yesterday, I went and, you do Halloween and then you jump to Christmas. And I thought, we have to be thankful that we can have a Christmas. We're thankful we can have Halloween. So this is a gift card that we are going to give every Sunday in November. Some of you received it in the mail, and some of you received it from myself. And those of you that did not get one, there's still some here. So I'm going to ask Adrian, since he's standing there, to pick one out of this little basket.
Before you ask, my name's not in here. So this works.
This is from a person, it says here, greetings, Judy. Is Judy here today? Yes. All right, Judy, would you like to read it yourself? All right, she says she is grateful for her God that does not reduce her, anyway. And because she's not a victim, God and I are partners. She is also grateful for the board of directors. That's the one that's here in the center. And she likes the fact that we're showing growth of our center. She's also grateful for the opportunity. She has children. You're grateful for your children. All right. And she's also grateful. These are some of her gratitudes. And we'd like to thank you for being a participant in our service and in our church, all the things that you do. And this is your gift card. Okay? And thank you. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we are introducing our new Center for Spiritual Living Beaumont website. These don't match, but that's all right. We'll move on. CSLBeaumont.org. It's been completely revamped, and there's supposed to be all sorts of really cool stuff on it, so be sure to check it out. And then, I don't need that. The Rainbow Alliance presents the Holiday Evening in Palm Springs Divine Dining Dinner, hosted by Ross and our own Reverend Michael in their home, and then in concert at the Plaza Theater. It's December 19th at 4:30 p.m. 6 seats are available for this fundraiser, I believe. That's still 6 seats, I'm not sure. The starting bid is $55. So, Metaphysical Movie Night is, I want to say next week, not this week, but next week, November 12th. Begins at 5 p.m. with a spaghetti dinner and fellowship, and then the movie itself starts at 6. And the movie is one of my favorites, Dead Poets Society, which I showed my daughter, and she was like, mind you, she's only 15 years old now. And she was like, oh, I love it. And it was hilarious. But Definitely one of Robin Williams' best movies. Definitely worth watching. Journey of the Soul, Cain and Deeper Understanding. It is a 6-week CSL credited class led by Reverend Michael, Principles of Science of Mind. And it is on Thursdays starting November 13th, so next week, and ending in December 18th from 2:45 to 5:45 p.m. I think that's a Wednesdays? I'm not sure. Is it Thursdays? Oh, it's Thursdays. Okay, well, it's on Thanksgiving too, so that makes sense. Meditation, healing, self-love, soul presence, life direction, and dynamic opportunity will help you. It will help you delve into those things that make your life better. Thanksgiving feast hosted by Reverend Michael and Ross. Turkey, ham, and salmon. It will be on Thanksgiving Day starting at 1 p.m. There is a sign up, I believe, in the front room that you can sign up to show up for it. I wish I could be there, but my mother would disown me if I was to not be there on Thanksgiving. She's like, you have to make sure the stuffing is right. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll be there. The Rainbow Alliance presents Holiday Evening in Palm Springs, Divine. Wait, we did this already. Flower Ministry. Our flower ministry is I don't like the fact that I don't have the right information on here. It says our flower ministry is pleased to welcome back its creative design team, Reverend Beverly Branham, who will be working on our Thanksgiving Day flowers. She began the flower ministry, and Ross Holmquist, I've never said his last name before, has continued it. Today's flowers are sponsored by, anybody know? It says on here, sponsored by our CSLB Rainbow Alliance team in honor of all those we have lost to suicide. I'm pretty sure that was last week, so I'm not sure who is sponsoring our flowers today, but they're sponsored by one of our loving members. Last week it was what?
Last week it was somebody, yeah.
Yeah, I think this is not updated, but that's all right. No big deal. Is sponsored by somebody, and they get raffled off at the end of during the fellowship after service. So be sure to check them out. I don't know if you noticed, but these are a gorgeous arrangement. All right. I think that was from last week. I'm not sure. We're still doing it. Okay. Adopt an adorable prosperity pumpkin and watch your abundance grow day by day in your life. When you adopt a pumpkin, you get a month of affirmations to help you along the way. And I believe the adopt is in the other room. So that sign up is right by the back door on that table there. Good Grief Support Group. Join us on Thursdays, 1 to 2:30 p.m. It is facilitated by Reverend Dr. Michael Kukuru. And it is a way for you to, because grieving is not something you just do and then get over. It is a process through which you have to move throughout your life. And that's grieving for anything. That can be grieving for a lost job or your car that you loved that you've had for 15 years and it broke down, whatever. It is a block towards your forward momentum in your life. So we have to continuously tend to the grieving process in our lives. So make sure, if you can show up for that. Be fantastic. The Joel Goldsmith book discussion still exists, but it's on hiatus till January. It gets a little busy during the November, December months, so they're putting it off for a little while. The Science of Mind discussion group is always first Thursdays, which I believe is going to be, this week, at 9:50 a.m. Come early for coffee and conversation, 9:30 to 10. Handicap parking is available. Is that at Emmy's house? So if you're interested and you don't know where that's at, contact Emmy. She's on the other side. We need a new slide that has the address on there. See the hand raised. Cup of Coffee Conversation, Science of Mind class. That happened this morning, read by Reverend Neil, our visiting minister for the day. It starts at 9 to 9:30 a.m. first and third Sundays of the month. So make sure you show up early enough for that. And then I think, we have a sign up here. We're doing a Sharing Gratitude and Goodness. It's the CSLB Thanksgiving Community Outreach. We have a certain number of turkeys. Was it 16? 14. 14 turkeys. Well, half of them are spoken for. If you would like some help fulfilling your Thanksgiving dinner this year, we have turkeys that we have a sign-up sheet. You put your name in there, and you get a turkey plus all the fixings and side dishes that you need to do a Thanksgiving dinner. So please put your name down on this. I'll put it back out in the other room at the end so you guys can all do your thing, and get yourself some turkey and some fixings to go with it. And of course, fellowship and food. Oh, birthdays! Woohoo! It's first Sunday of the month. We get to do birthdays. I am proud to announce that our own lovely Yvonne Fowler's birthday is today. Yay, Hercules! So what we're going to do is we're going to sing happy birthday to everybody whose birthday is in the month of November. And of course, Yvonne, for being such a wonderful member and practitioner of our center. She led the meditation this morning. So if you could play the birthday song, sir. It's coming. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the right one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, all you wonderful November birthday people. Happy birthday to you. Yay! And I don't know if anybody knows, we're also supposed to be announcing the volunteer of the month. Does anybody have that information, or we're gonna slack on that and wait till next week? Okay, that's fine. Moving on. All right, so that's all of our announcements for the day, and then I'm gonna call up the practitioner of the day. Hi, my name is Adrian Madden. I'm your practitioner for today. One of your licensed spiritual practitioners, like Yvonne Fowler. The other practitioners and I will be available for the prayer circle that we now do in the prayer room off to the side. If you don't leave here this morning with anything in your heart, we would love to pray with you, and we absolutely know that prayer works. Anybody who knows the history of Centers for Spiritual Living will know that prayer is our entire purpose. Let's all close our eyes and let this meditative song bring us to our center.
In the silence, there is peace. In the silence, there is unspoken joy. In the silence, there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence silence, there's release from a world full of chaos and noise. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find myself. So I wait for these precious moments when I hear all that could never be said, and right here in this holy silence I find God, I find God, I find myself.
In Science of Mind, page 418, third paragraph, it says that the practitioner knows that the spiritual man needs no healing, but that this has not yet become revealed to the mind. What the healer does is to mentally uncover and reveal the truth of being, which is that God is in and through every man, and that this indwelling presence is already perfect. We separate the belief from the believer and reveal that which needs no healing. Thought is sifted, and that which does not belong to the real man must be discarded. Whatever is of a discordant nature does not belong to the truth of our being. We really heal the thought. The spirit of man needs no healing, for the spirit of man is God. And what this literally means, and when he says practitioner, that's not a capital P, that's a lower P. That means somebody who's following what we teach at the Science of Mind, the Centers for Spiritual Living. What that really means is that you release and let go the false beliefs that each person has to make room for the truth of your being. That is the purpose of what we do here. That's the purpose of prayer. That's the purpose of practitioners. That's the purpose of the prayer circle that we do, the practitioner sessions that we do. The whole purpose is to take those false beliefs, those ego-driven, I am right things, and let them go. The biggest trick to this, of course, is that your ego, you don't kill your ego. There's a lot of people who believe you kill your ego. It's kind of like the whole shutting down your mind during meditation. Those aren't things. Your ego is always doing something and has a purpose. It's to protect you. Sometimes it overprotects you and it tries to keep things that aren't true in your belief system. So you have to meditate and work with a practitioner or work with somebody and let it go so that you can leave room for the truth. And the truth of the matter is that God created you and is in you and is working through you in this life. And sometimes you just have to let him. So let's all close our eyes. Take a deep breath in. Release. God is omnipresent. God, you are everywhere, at all times, in all people, places, and things. You are omnipotent. There is no power greater than you, God. And I know this. I know this is true. You are omniscient. It means you know everything. There is no knowledge, no wisdom that does not exist except that which is in God. That is all. And I know this for myself, that I am here in this space, in this place, being this voice of God, and I let you speak through me. You give me this information and I spread it outward for myself. And as I know this for myself, I know this for each and every person here, I am knowing and trusting that anything that impedes myself and all these people hearing this prayer now, that impedes their ability to be that perfect example of what you want us to be, is let go. That we have this power to release it. That we have this wisdom to know what to let go and what to hold on to. I am knowing all of this and more is true, and I'm thankful for these truths. I am thankful for this power that you've given us, that you exhibit through us. I am thankful for this wisdom that you have given us access to, that we could just take and know those things that we need to let go. I am so thankful for all this and more. And together, let us release these words into the law that makes things happen, the law that says yes, by saying together, and so it is. Now, it's time for our talk of the day, which is going to be brought by our very own loving, I love this guy. His name is Neil Hayner. Reverend, newly minted to the Temecula Center, Neil Hayner.
Yes. Good morning. Glad to be back with you. It feels, it's only been like, I think 4 months since I've been here, but it seems a lot longer than that. I was supposed to be here like a month ago or so, but I was really sick, and so Reverend Michael decided to step in for me, so I appreciate that. And I'm glad that everybody's feeling well rested this morning, right? Gotten an extra hour of sleep. I didn't feel it, but I was glad I had it. My talk this morning is Change Your Mind, and it's inspired by a talk I heard from the Buddhist philosopher Alan Watts. And as well, I always love Joel Goldsmith, and of course some Ernest Holmes. And I know that this weekend, many people are also celebrating Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, this weekend. So you want to acknowledge that this is a time where the veil between worlds feels thin, and it's not about being morbid, but it's a beautiful reminder that life is eternal, that love doesn't end when the body does, and that transformation, even death, is simply another form of change. So today's message, Change Your Mind, is also about that, remembering that nothing real can be lost, and that the presence we are continues to live, grow, and expand beyond every seeming ending. So that is the background of my talk this morning. The other day, I found myself arguing with my GPS. Guess who won? No. I'm not sure. My GPS insisted that I had missed my turn, and I knew that I hadn't. And I realized that I was arguing with artificial intelligence. Ernest Holmes wrote that trained thought is more powerful than untrained thought. And as long as we've been in this teaching, It's funny that we still argue with conditions. We still argue with GPS. We still doubt the divine intelligence instead of the artificial intelligence. And what I want you to walk away from this talk this morning is remembering that we are awake, aware, and conscious spiritual beings. We're not locked into our opinions. We're not locked into our judgments. We're not locked into our pasts, our mistakes. We're not locked into our family patterns. We can change our minds at any time simply by changing our minds. We spend so much of our lives debating with our own minds. We're explaining, we're defending, we're predicting, we're rehearsing. But as conscious beings, we can choose a new thought. That is why we call our philosophy new thought. We can always have a new thought about something, a new perspective. We can remember that freedom is only a mental pivot away. Imagine you're checking your weather app on your phone, right? And it says 90% chance of rain, and you start to panic. Oh, it's going to be cold. I don't know what to wear. Traffic's going to be horrible. Oh, you step outside, and the sun is shining. Our minds are often like this. Our minds want to forecast storms that rarely come. It's that part of our brain that we inherited from our cave ancestors. We needed to predict, we needed to protect, we needed to prepare. We needed to be able to look at that wild animal and decide if it was a threat or not. We needed to look at the stranger and decide instinctively whether they were a threat or not. Alan Watts observes that in our modern age, our minds have become addicted to fixing, calculating, and preparing for storms that never come. Our mind has a tendency to invent problems to keep itself busy. And we tend to invent judgments that we think are going to keep us safe. Our mind thinks it needs to be occupied all the time. And so we get addicted to drama. We get addicted to our roles of victim and hero. But our trained, awake, aware, and conscious brains can remind us of our spiritual truth. In fact, that's why we come to places like this, to remind ourselves that we are awake, we are aware, we are conscious, we are living a life of divine creation, of creative potential. And as the Science of Mind textbook says, we are bound by nothing but belief. We are bound by nothing but belief. Joel Goldsmith reminds us, when you stop trying to change the picture, and instead dwell in the realization of God's presence, the picture changes of its own accord. Our mind likes to turn the most minor detail into a Greek tragedy. Have you ever had that experience where someone makes an offhanded comment to you, and all of a sudden your mind is making up all sorts of stories about it? Oh, that means this. That means that. I'm going to say this. Well, da-da-da. All of a sudden your mind's on that hamster wheel making up all sorts of stories, all sorts of tragedies. We all of a sudden decide what that person meant by that and what they feel and what that means and how they feel about us. We've made an entire story out of something that wasn't meant to be there. The mind is always putting on a show and casting all the people and events in our lives in roles. We have the critic, the victim, the control freak, the hero, The miracle happens when you remember that you are not the actor, you're the director sitting in the audience, and you are the one assigning roles. Do you have people in your life that you've assigned a role? They're more than that. Have you assigned yourself the role? I am always blank. That's just who I am. Somebody told me that 20 years ago, and I've decided that's my role in life. Well, guess what? You can always change your mind about that. Alan Watts says, the mind lives in story. It builds a world out of opinions, fears, and memories. But none of that is real. Not in the way that awareness is real. He continues, like a performer with no audience, the mind quiets down when you stop watching the show. Stop watching the show. Start remembering that you are the one that's assigning the roles of victim and villain. Ernest Holmes reminds us that thought is creative, and what we think about, we bring about. So when we choose to label something or someone as a problem or a villain, that is the role they start to live out. Have you noticed? The thing is, we tend to hold on to our judgments way too hard. We need to release a little bit. We hold on to our opinions and beliefs way harder than we should. When I was a kid, I guess I had a bad experience with coleslaw. I don't remember having a bad experience, but I remember that at some point I tried coleslaw, and whatever it was, I didn't like it. And I spent the rest of my life, up until my mid-30s probably, telling people I didn't like coleslaw based on the one time I tried it when I was a kid. And then decades later, I was like, okay, I'll try it. I don't like coleslaw. Keep telling me that's off my story, right? And then I tried coleslaw, and I realized, guess what? It wasn't that bad. I actually kind of liked it. I finally tried it and realized that it wasn't too bad, and I actually like coleslaw. But how many years did I spend defending that as my absolute truth? I don't like coleslaw. If anybody would have told me or asked me, I would have said, I hate coleslaw. For years. But aren't we like that sometimes? We decided years ago what we believed about someone or something, or even ourselves, and we hold on to that belief. We will defend it to the death. And because we hold on to it, we rehearse it over and over again in the mind. And of course, the universe says, yes. And so the universe gives us all sorts of evidence that we're right, because we keep rehearsing it, and the universe says, yes, you're right. And so that's what we see. And then we say, see, I told you, coleslaw's bad. We have to hold on to our beliefs and our opinions and our judgments a little bit lighter. Not be so locked in to the cage and the prisons that we make for ourselves. Alan Watts observed, we keep walking mental circles, rehearsing problems that don't exist outside our imagination, like a dog chasing its own tail. We keep walking in mental circles, rehearsing problems that don't exist. Think about some of the things or people or situations that you have labeled as problems in your life. How often do you rehearse that? And does it actually exist? Or is it something you're rehearsing from your imagination? There's a famous story that has always stayed with me. And it was about a bear named Ina, who spent more than 20 years in a tiny concrete cage in a Romanian zoo. And that cage was barely big enough for this bear to turn around. And when she was finally rescued and brought to a beautiful forest sanctuary with trees and grass and a pool, it was heartbreaking. Because even in that vast freedom, Ina kept pacing in the same small circle, tracing the shape of her old cage, a prison that no longer existed except in her mind. She had all the freedom, and yet in her mind, she was still in that tiny cage. How often are we like that sometimes? The poet Rumi is said to have written, "Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open?" The spiritual truth is that we can change our minds. We can decide at any time that the problems are actually opportunities. We can choose to know that everything will work out. We can choose to move beyond our imaginary cages, our limitations, and our beliefs that we've been carrying around with us. Joel Goldsmith says, "Freedom never comes from changing conditions, but from awakening to the truth that we were never imprisoned." Now, this isn't about spiritual bypass. This isn't about covering up our eyes and ears and saying, la, 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 everything's great, nothing's good, nothing's bad. It's about pivoting. It's about realizing that we don't have to change the facts, but we can choose what they mean. We don't always have control to change the facts, but what we can choose is what they mean to us. Just as our mind tries to serve us by creating a story and filling in the blanks to make sense of things, we can tell the story from a different point of view. Tell the story from a different point of view. This is the essence and probably the most important part of our spiritual teaching here at the Center for Spiritual Living. Spiritual principle, is not bound by precedent, says Ernest Holmes. That means it doesn't matter what came before this moment. What matters in this moment is what we call it now, how we tell that story now. There's a Buddhist story about a monk, and every day he would carry his water, and his bowl was cracked. And every day he would just imagine all the problems that this cracked bowl was causing. He was carrying his water back and forth from the river to the village every day. And then one day he realized that the whole path he was walking, everywhere that bowl had been dripping because it was broken, was covered in flowers. Because his bowl, though it was cracked, though it was broken, was watering the flowers on the path. And so that thing that he thought was a problem turns out to be a blessing. We can change our minds. At any moment, any day, we can decide what something means to us. We don't have to change the facts. We can change what they mean to us. We can decide to call that problem or that situation or that person as a blessing. How do we do that, though? Sounds easy enough, right? How do we do that? What's the spiritual practice that gets us there? So here are 4 pivots. 4 spiritual practices and pivots to try out this week. Number 1, and this is probably the most important, maybe the most critical, sometimes the hardest. The first step is loosening that knot. We have to create space for things to show up differently. And how do we do that? We have to allow for the possibility that it can be different. Most of the time when we're locked into a position, we're locked into an opinion, we're locked into a judgment, we're locked into a cage that we created, what locks us in there is that we have the belief that it can't be any other way. It is this. It has to be this way. It can't be any other way. So the first step is simply to loosen up that knot and allow for the possibility that it can be different. We have to let go of that belief that this has to be this way. That's just a belief, just like anything else. We can allow for the possibility that it can be different. Second pivot. Spend time every day imagining and contemplating that person or that situation, that thing that you have labeled a problem. Spend time every day contemplating it from the highest point of view you can. What is the most sacred, the most spiritual, the highest vibration? What is the highest point of view that you can have about that thing? Now, there's a shorter way to say that. We use the word prayer. Ernest Holmes, one of the ways that he defines prayer was the contemplation of life from the highest point of view. What is the highest point of view that you can have about that situation? Third way, third pivot. For those of you that are writers, you can write out the story. Write down that story about what that person did or what that person said or what that situation means to you. Write down everything you can about that problem. And then rewrite the story from another point of view. Take that same story and rewrite it in a new way. Tell the same story. You don't have to change the facts. But can I tell that same story from a different point of view? Rewrite that story as an opportunity instead of a problem, or even as a challenge instead of a problem. Change the story and rewrite the script. Remember, you're the director. You're the one assigning the roles. So change the role that that person, that problem has in your life. Give them a new role. And the fourth step is get an outside perspective. Find a trusted spiritual friend or a practitioner that you can tell your story to, tell that problem to. Because sometimes that in our own imagination, we're locked in that imaginary cage in our minds. And it takes somebody from outside of ourselves to say, you know, you keep walking in this little box, but that box has no walls. You know the door's open, right? We keep walking around in that little tiny room that we've created for ourselves, and sometimes it takes somebody from outside of ourselves to say, you know, the door's open, right? We don't always realize that the door's open. We need somebody outside of ourselves to give us a little bit more perspective. That's one of the ways that we have practitioners, because they can give us that spiritual point of view when we can't see it for ourselves. You with me so far? Are you imagining that problem in your mind and that person? Are you thinking about a new role you could assign them? Or maybe you just need to write them out of your play altogether. The Alan Watts quote that's been sticking with me for the past few weeks that kind of inspired this talk. He said, "What if your problems don't really exist? Not in the way you imagine them. What if they're only real because you agreed to believe in them? What if your problems are only real because you agreed to believe in them?" He goes on to say, "Peace isn't something you earn. It's what's left when the mind stops pretending the world is broken. Peace doesn't arrive when the world is perfect. I have news for you. If you're waiting to be peaceful for when the world is perfect, you're going to be waiting a long time. Peace doesn't arrive when the world is perfect. It arrives when the mind is quiet. True peace is not the absence of challenge. It is the absence of inner conflict. We can be at peace and accepting about what is the facts, but we get to decide the story that we tell ourselves about those facts. Joel Goldsmith says, "When you abide in the center of your being, peace flows like a river, not because the world is quieted, because you have." That peace arrives when we remember that it's never too late to change our mind. And so it is. So as we enter into that sacred atmosphere of prayer, I invite you to close your eyes. We enter into that stillness, that space where there is only God. One power, one principle, one presence. It is the principle of order, the presence of love, the presence of peace. It is that divine intelligence that is at the center of everything because it is everything. At the center of every molecule, at the center of every cell of our bodies, at the center of every action and reaction, there is a divine intelligence. That divine intelligence is creative, love, peace, wisdom, joy, harmony, perfect right action, divine right order. It is all that there is. And because it is all that there is, I know it is who and what I am. And I know, and I speak my word for each person within the sound of my voice this morning, knowing that you are that peace, you are that joy, you are that harmony, you are that wholeness, that awareness, that consciousness of choosing, of knowing, of being. And so I speak my word this morning knowing that we are all at that place of choice, that God is good, that life is good, and within that perfect life there is infinite possibility. Whatever it is that we are locked into, it is only in our own imagination. Because the truth is that there is always possibility. The possibility of joy, the possibility of love, the possibility of peace, the possibility of healing and wholeness. We just have to tap into that possibility. Allow for that to show up. Allow for the Spirit to move in and through each one of us to show up how it will. And so this morning, we take this opportunity to remove the imaginary cage, to remove the walls that exist only in our belief. And within that space, there is infinite possibility, infinite peace, infinite joy, infinite possibility. So wherever there seems to be a lack, a limitation, or a closed door, I know that the door is open. That is the possibility. And at any time, I can change my mind. I can call it good. I can call it love. I can call it peace. I can call it freedom. I can tell a different story. And so in great gratitude for this awareness, this truth, I release my word into that infinite law that always says yes, that mirror that shines back to me everything that has been placed within it. And I know that I am heard simply because I know that I am loved. And I know that God is love. And so in great gratitude, I declare it to be so. And so it is. And so it is.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, gotta let it go. Gotta let it all go. Are you listening? You got to let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release. I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I am free in the Spirit. Do you want to be free? Then let me hear you say yes. Yes, I'm only here for God.
That would definitely be one of my favorite videos we ever play here. It's a good one. All right. So, it is that time of the service when we exhibit our gratitude by joyfully and joyously giving back to the center that gives to you. You can, if you wish, go to cslbeaumont.org. There's a giving page there. You can text GIVE to 951-420-6909. And if you haven't done that before, I believe it sends you a prompt, and you can actually sign up to just give via text message, which is kind of cool. And of course, if you're here in person, you can give in the wonderful, beautiful ladies are going to be bringing up some little giving dishes. But if you give digitally or you have it on auto give, just send your blessings into the giving dishes. Let us all together read our giving statement. I give and receive freely and generously with an open heart and an open mind. The universe responds to me in kind. I know that my beloved community is richly blessed, and so it is.
Thank Thank you, God, for everything. 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 Thank you, God, for everything.
Okay. That's always a wonderful cleansing thing. Why are we playing this video again? I mean, it's a good video, don't get me wrong. I wasn't going to put fault into it, but if you could move on to the next slide, that would be awesome. So we're gonna close out our service, which means that everybody's going to stand up. You don't have to move if you don't want to. You can even sit in your seat. But normally what we do is we circle up together, hand in hand, all around the sanctuary, and we sing our closing song, which today I believe is Yes, There Is Peace on Earth. I'm going to... Now it is. Somebody press the mute button. All right, so we're going to sing our closing song. I'm going to do a benediction, and we are all going to go and have wonderful food. So, if we will play the music, let's do this. Repeat after me. God is in all my affairs. God is in all my affairs. He gives the wisdom I need. To make the decisions and let go of what I must let go. And so it is. All right, so there's a prayer circle in the prayer room right around the corner. You go in the hallway, make a right. The left would be the bathrooms. The right is the prayer circle room. And of course, we have fantastic, wonderful food in the other room. So join us for food and fellowship. Thank you all for being here.